I'm like, woohoo!
I'm like, what? What are you guys doing here? What's up, everyone? It's your entertainer, Aran, and I have a very special guest today.
Chris Alderman, what's up?
So we're here to talk about 10 things that Chris likes about living in Korea. And let's start with number one.
For number one, I think one of the most convenient things about living in Korea is you literally do not need a car and you can go anywhere that you want. From the airport to Iran's house, it takes like 2 hours to travel, but you literally don't have to go outside the entire time.
Right.
Like, from the time you get into the airport, you go like either underground or like in some sort of building that is like climate controlled the entire way. And it's crazy convenient. It only costs like $3 or something like that if you take the subway. Like,
it's so fast, it's cheap, and I mean you can literally get anywhere in Seoul. Like you do not need a car, and every station is pretty close to each other, so you can really get off at a specific station to get to your destination.
And even like the subway card, you can use it for taxis or buses. Pretty
in America,
impressive.
it's so inconvenient because when I studied abroad, I obviously didn't have a car. I do not have a driver's license because I certainly do not need
so
one.
Many students must be like that, I feel like.
And in America, like, couldn't get anywhere, because I didn't have a car. And you need a car
like everything like
to survive,
Like, how do you go to Walmart or like, to like uptown places?
Certainly you need a car to survive in America.
In Korea, all you need is like a pocket full of coins, and you'll be able to get a subway card to like anywhere you want to go.
Number two.
Okay, so number two is definitely the food here.
He loves Korean
for so
food.
many reasons, you guys.
First,
it's really healthy. In the U.S., a lot of things are processed.
And a lot of things are fried.
Yeah, a lot of things are fried, and like Americans always want to have like a big dessert, which can be good sometimes. Like for special occasions, but in Korea, all the food is like really fresh, or it's like kimchi, which is also healthy for you, and it also tastes really good. I think it's like cheaper almost to go out to eat than it is to eat at home, so you can like experience like a new like restaurant for every meal of the day basically.
And what I love about Korean restaurants is that we have bells.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Bells, yes.
If you press the bell on your table, your server will come and serve you whatever you need. And that's so convenient. In America, you need to wait for your waiter or waitress to come and ask what you need.
And besides that, they don't bother you. So if you're having like a deep conversation, you don't have a waiter coming to like, hey, is everything okay? Like, if there's something you need, then you get them, and if there's not, then you have your piece. So it's like the best
And in
of both
some
worlds.
restaurants, there are certain bells for certain things like beer, soju. Like they get you when you need.
Kimchi,
That's so,
like you just like
so
press
convenient.
the item you want, and then it's like on your table in a few
And no
seconds.
tipping.
Right, no tipping. You don't have to tip. It's not expected at all. This might be another like little thing, but I feel like sometimes in the U.S., like when you're done eating, the waiter comes and like gives you your bill, and you feel like you're gonna kind of like pushed out of the restaurant. But in Korea, a lot of times you pay at a cash register near the door
When you're ready.
when you're ready, and they like never give you a receipt or anything. So it's just like you hang out there for as long as you want, and when you're ready, you go and you check out and leave. So it's a great, fun, like, hangout. So much good, like, sushi and squid and octopus.
Live octopus?
Living octopus, even.
Yeah. Number three.
Number three is the delivery service here.
Oh, shipping.
Shipping, yeah.
So fast here.
So fast. So I remember when I was here as a exchange student, I ordered, it was a tablet, I think, and I ordered it around noon, and then around like 4, I think someone on a moped showed up with my tablet.
Oh wow, you can't imagine that in
in the U.S., like, I've never experienced that.
How long does it take in America?
I think there's some things that you can get overnight, but you have to pay like a little bit more.
It's about
the
$2
average,
here in Korea.
wow, that's like, yeah, everything is like really quick. Amazon Prime has like a 2-day shipping thing, which is pretty good if you pay their like yearly fee or whatever.
Yeah.
But here, 2 days, you'll probably be calling and complaining like,
Hey, where is my package?
where are my shoes that I ordered 30 minutes ago?
Right. In America, it usually takes like 7 days or,
Yeah.
well, I remember ordering a phone case in America and I got it like in, I don't know, 20 days. Number 4.
This one is food delivery. Like,
Oh.
food delivery here is crazy. So I think like last week, we were going to Bampo Bridge, which is really beautiful. If you guys are in Seoul, it has like a fountain going off and plays music. A lot of people order chicken, and what happens is you order what you want, and literally within like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
some guy on a moped like scoots
so
up to you and gives you these huge bags of chicken.
Yeah.
And like if you ordered any drinks or like sauces and like everything that you need to eat your chicken, and yeah, you watch the show. So like
At the Han River, enjoying the fresh air and like with your friends, you can eat chicken outside. There are a lot of different dishes as well that can be delivered, like of course pizza, hamburgers, and
like jjajangmyeon,
yeah,
jjampo.
Chinese food, and even lobsters. Did you see the advertisement about like
Delivering
deliver-
lobsters?
Yeah, so
I'm
it's
not
crazy.
surprised.
Like wherever you are, they will get to you within, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Okay, so number 5 is jong, and what that means is it's basically like Korean affection. Well, everyone says like Koreans have a lot of affection. If you ask for something, a lot of times they'll give it to you even if like you don't pay for it, or they'll give you extra if you ask for it.
Yeah, and if you go to
Service-wise.
a traditional market, you can kind of bargain and they would give you extra. And if you ask for more tteokbokki sauce, they would give you the sauce with some ducks. You know, like if it's
Right.
not like that, it's, oh wow, they have no jong.
Right.
Yeah, so it's jong is like love for people.
Without like expecting anything in return, basically.
Yeah,
it's just
right.
like
And like even if you
giving
don't know that
freely.
person, like you still have jong, like you know, humanitarian
yeah,
love.
it's like
I
that
guess.
communal like culture of like
Yes.
giving freely.
So when you went to this specific restaurant,
They eat seaweed with rice here, and it's really delicious. And I kept on like eating it all, and she'd bring us more. And then when we left, she had packed like she went to the back and got like a package of seaweed and like packed it in a bag for me to eat.
she has a lot of jong.
Right.
Number 6.
Huishik. So
Oh, that's very Korean.
yeah, and
Some
it's
people don't
very
like
fun.
Huishik,
So
but he finds it fun.
I love huishik. Yeah. Whenever
You're
I
so
find out it's like
Korean.
huishik, I'm like, woo!
Huishik is basically a feast that you have kind of with your coworkers or
Yeah.
friends
It's like
in
a
some type of community.
maybe it's the people that you go to church with, or the people that you're in some club with. If you have a huishik, that means like you're gonna go out to probably some delicious restaurant and probably the
Drink a lot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like build some.
like, community.
Yeah, and after that you would go to a karaoke. Why do you like Huishik?
Huishik because I like Korean food, and so
Just another chance to.
it's another time to
dig
eat.
in.
Yeah, if you're eating together, then someone's bound to like remember something that happened earlier or a few days ago or something that they want to do. So I feel like it's just like a really perfect medium for people
Yeah.
to like get to know each other and hang out.
Work, you usually have handshake with all your coworkers and your boss, and you're kind of forced to go, like you have to go to handshake. And some people don't like handshake because they kind of have to drink. People who don't like drinking, it would be a terrible time because they usually drink, and you know, like you have to be with your coworkers you may not like. In America, because people like value individuals more than a community, I think they have less handshake. Number 7.
This one is 학과 문화.
Ooh, 학과 문화. What is that?
So that is basically like the culture of how people work in departments at like your university basically. And if you're an American student, you probably don't know, especially like as a freshman, you probably don't know like the people that are like 4th year students. You really only hang out with people that are in your classes, and probably even then, if it's an easy class, you probably don't even hang out with them because you just like want to go home right after class or go like hang out with your friends that aren't in your classes. But in Korea, it's really important to hang out with the people of your department. Even before the semester starts, like everyone in the department goes on a little trip somewhere and like they hang out
together, spend 2 nights together.
Yeah, like eat and play games, like
Give
you get to know each
advice,
other,
yeah.
like have intentional like one-on-one conversations and like think about like how rich all of that and like after 4 years of school, you know like what professors, what do they want and like what projects there's going to be. You know, all this stuff that you can like give great advice to people, and in the US, like there's not any real medium, I guess, for these people to meet and like teach each other that unless you're like a really intentional like freshman.
In Korea, each department has their own office where people from the department can like hang out and chill and just talk. So I studied Christian studies, so I always would go to the Christian studies department room.
And this is a
hang
room
out
for
and,
like the
use
students.
computer. Yeah.
This is like a separate room for the students to hang out in and just like
chill.
they go there to study and all this and
And we go on 2 trips a year. So in spring we go on an MT, which means membership training. So you basically have fun, you may drink with them, you may have a lot of food and play games. And in fall we go on something called workshop, and you usually like talk about what you study and discuss stuff. A lot of other departments drink, no matter what trip you're on, but my department specifically is very intentional about like everything that we did. And during the summer break we would go on a trip to volunteer, so like everything like, okay, our department, like what are we going to do together? So I think that's very Korean culture. And we also like celebrate the Teachers' Day all together. So we like rent a room and all the students, like freshmen,
Right.
junior and sophomore and
even
senior
like the
students,
alumni come
yeah,
back.
like people who went to school like 10 years ago would also come and like hang out with us, and I get to know all of them.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And I think without that, like college life is so boring.
Dole.
Yeah. Who would you hang out with? Number 8.
Okay, this one is one that's kind of specific to me that I would really like.
What is it?
Study support.
Study support.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
gonna kind of like
He's a
let
nerd.
everyone know how nerdy I am. But I really love the culture in Korea that supports students to really be the best that they can be. Even when Iran needed to study like English, they would let her like go from like when she woke up until like late at night every day, study. But if I do that in the United States, you're gonna like lose like your ability to like have like a conversation and like have fun and all this. Why do you spend all that time like studying in your room? Like you're such a boring person. You need to get out, go outside, bruise your legs up and like play games and all this stuff.
I don't think I've ever heard of that
In Korea?
from Korean parents.
Right. But
They would
really,
tell you to study
Yeah.
in your room, especially if you're in high school. My mom loves us studying. So whenever I'm like with Chris, she would say, hey, let him study, don't bother him. And hey, I need to study. And my mom, oh, okay, go ahead. You don't need to help me. You don't do the dishes, I'll do it. As
Yeah.
long as you study. So
Right. Yeah, I remember times where I would be like in Iran's room, just like studying something, and all of a sudden her mom comes in with like this plate of like fruit and like coffee and fried rice dish.
he's gonna be a scholar. Oh, treat him good.
Americans sometimes prioritize like having fun and things above education. I
Korea
think
might need more of that, but definitely support study a lot here.
I love it. Yeah.
Number 9.
Okay, so number 9 is the recycling in Korea. I think it's really widespread, and I've never been somewhere that, you know, the family doesn't like even like pick out every like single item of plastic and like put it in separate like bags. They even
Yeah.
recycle the food here, and some process happens and then it's able to be fed to like livestock and stuff. So it's a really
Or
efficient
fertilize.
or used as fertilizer. Yeah. So it's a really efficient system.
In America, I was really shocked that people put like food trash and paper and like beans and just
Yeah.
everything into one bag. I'm like, what? What are you guys doing here? But yeah, it's something that's pretty good in Korea. Every cafe has paper here, beans here, and like plastic here.
Yeah.
So number 10.
Okay, number 10 is something that is really important about Korea. You guys, it is Ron is from Korea.
Aww.
How could Korea be a bad place if Ron was like born here and raised here and even still lives here, and she is Korean? So, you know, Korea must be like a pretty decent place, you guys.
Is there anything else you want to add or say?
Over the past couple of weeks, I've been in Korea and I've been getting this weird allergy and like caused my lip to get really big. So I had to go to the hospital a couple of times. I found out that the hospital system is like super efficient in Korea. From them not even knowing I was coming, we went there, and within 20 minutes I met with my doctor, got 2 shots, and had all of my medicine for the next week. And like the directions on like when to take it and everything.
Yeah, and you paid
And-
about $20.
And all of that was like $20. So if that was in the US, this would have probably been a 3-hour, $80 trip.
Really?
Yeah,
You need to make an appointment before
like
you
it
go.
makes me like upset just thinking about how long and like how many times I would have been frustrated trying to get all of this when I
been
was in
there.
the US. And I'm a foreigner, no insurance, nothing. You know, I'm like just like some random like human Homo sapien like floating around Korea with a big lip. And in like 20 minutes for $20.
It would have cost only $4 to $5 if you were a Korean.
Yeah. So in the US, we have like so much overhead with like private insurance companies, and because of like all the administration like cost that and like profit that private insurance companies make, we end up paying 17% of the GDP, which is like 8% more than almost every other country, and it's the highest in the world. You guys, this is crazy. Like super efficient. It's time to switch to some sort of national healthcare. This is not socialism. It's simply like logical. It costs less money. It's more efficient, and at least there's so 20 million people insured in the US. And there's a lot of people like that. They think about these things. It's insane. So this is something that like needs to be taken care of, and it's just out of control in the US. So let's learn from people who have a better system, which is right now every country pretty much. At least all the developed countries. We can make the USA a great place as well. So lobbying, talk to your local government, and you know, send emails to like workers in your US senator offices, and we can get this done. And if you're from another country, I would be curious to like hear about how you like your country and also how your healthcare is there. You can talk with me about it. I would be like excited to.
Thanks for sharing the 10 things that you love about living in Korea. And now we want to hear your ideas. Let us know what you love about living in Korea.
Or if you're not from Korea, let us know what you think about what Koreans do, and also tell us about your country. So
Yeah, that'll be fun. Don't forget to like the video if you did.
and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Until next time.
We'll see you later. Bye. Number 6. Number 6, 6, 6.
That's
Or dance too, even. Do you want to dance?
Sure. Yeah, let's just. Dance.
You're like an Irish.
Ajishi. You're like an ajma.
Stop. Before you go, don't forget to hit the thing.
Before watching the next video, click the subscribe button.
Morning call. This is definitely. I hope it's not what I think it is. But morning call.
모닝콜 해줘.